are very welcome to the 24th Annual National IETEFL Ukraine Conference. For those who don't know me, I'm Svetlana Andriyanova, President IETEFL Ukraine. The name of this year's conference is The Confident and Competent Teacher Supporting Educational Reform. And for me personally, they're not just words. They have very deep meaning in them, and I will try to explain you why. A couple of months ago, my granddaughter asked me, "Granny, do you know that now in Ukraine, we also have a law on protecting pets?" And then she added, "But Granny, how can this law really help animals? Cats and dogs, they can't speak our language. They can't come to the police and say, 'My owner has thrown me out of the home.'" You can ask me why I told you about it. It's critical thinking. In a year, my daughter starts school, and I do personally care how she will be taught and what skills will be developed. Conferences, and especially summer and winter schools organized by IETEFL Ukraine with the support of the British Council over the last 3 years, were aimed at educating and training participants on how to develop 21st century skills in their pupils. And I'm personally interested in enlarging the number of such teachers. And I'm happy that our organization can do it. You see, the new generation who starts searching the internet straight from their friends, this is my personal opinion, can find the information even without our help, the help of teachers. But there are so many resources, there are so many sources of this information. And who will advise them for these school children which sources are reliable and which ones are harmful? The answer is understandable. Confident and competent teacher who then becomes an advisor, mentor, facilitator, and moderator for these school children in the process of their gaining knowledge. You see, with all my respect to teachers of other subjects, we, teachers of English, are not just teachers of the subject. I would say we teach the world. Let's speak about life. This is what I was asked when I was a school teacher. And we did it in English. Just think of any topic, and we teachers of English deal with it at our classes or extracurriculum activities, and in a variety of ways and forms. Please, look at the conference program. It gives you the idea of this variety of ways and forms to teach English. You'll have a possibility to listen to your colleagues, sharing their experience, and maybe you will look at the way you personally teach from a different angle. Use this conference to widen the horizons of your profession as an opportunity to step out of your daily routine into the wider circles of the ELT community. And let's do it together. Now it's time to express our gratitude. On behalf of IETEFL Ukraine, I would like to express our gratitude to the hosts, and namely to the rector of Kyiv National University of Trade and Economics, Anatoly Mazaraki. You have a very well-run institution and very professional staff. Here I mean the team of the Foreign Philology and Translation Department, and personally, Alma Ladygina and Lyubov Kolet. Ladies, you have been our helping hand and solved all the problems which unfortunately occurred. It usually happens like this. making the process of organizing the conference less stressful. Our thanks also go to Oksana Kovalenko, the representative of the Ministry of Education. Thank you for coming. Now, my thanks go to our partners and sponsors, namely to our strategic partner, the British Council Ukraine, Cambridge University Press, Express Publishing, Folio Books, Linguist, Macmillan Education, National Geographic Learning, Oxford University Press, Pearson, and so. And now this year, our program is a little bit different, because here, if you find pages which with the title "Thank you," you will find detailed information on all the sponsorship which was given to our organization by our sponsors. And the last but not the least, it's my team. I'm proud to say that it's a real team of supporters, and this time I could really feel it. Sometimes I was not feeling well, and the conference preparation process didn't stop for a moment. And you can see the result. Now, I would like to give the floor to Anatoly Mazuraki, the rector of Kyiv National University of Trade and Economics, Doctor of Economics, Professor, Academician of the National Institute of Pedagogical Science of Ukraine.
Доброго дня, шановні учасники конференції, організатори конференції, гості університету. Університет створив всі можливості для вашої успішної роботи. І я дякую, що ви зібралися і вірю в позитивний результат. Інформація про наш університет загально відома, ви зможете ознайомитися на сайті. Але я хочу підкреслити, що вивченню іноземних мов, зокрема англійської, в нашому університеті надають першочергової уваги. У навчальних планах мінімум 36 кредитів на бакалаврських програмах – це іноземні мови, звичайно, переважає англійська. Англійською мовою викладається нині 10 магістерських і бакалаврських програми, а з наступного навчального року їх буде відповідно 11 і 3. Таким чином, сумарно 14 програм. Запровадження англомовних програм призвело до того результату, що нині в університет приїжджають студенти з інших країн проходити навчання на англійській мові, не кажучи вже про мобільність по європейських проєктах. Особливістю діяльності наших кафедр є те, що вже протягом останніх 30 років взято курс на викладання англійської мови спеціальності. Тому, якщо подивитися видання, а по кожному курсу видається підручник, посібник, ви побачите, що спеціалізація присутня, ну і так будемо рухатися далі. Наші кафедри, ректорат прагне створити сучасні умови для роботи, тобто сучасні лінгофонні кабінети. Я вважаю, що розвиває наших студентів коворкінг, запрошую відвідати. Велика можливості відкриває мультимедійна бібліотека. Це доступ до повнотекстових видань, не обмежений з університетами всього світу. Ну і також розвиває здібності наших студентів смарт-бібліотека, де вже дещо все вже в креативі і віртуальній реальності. Я бажаю вам успішної роботи, я бажаю вам гарної весни. Дякую за увагу.
Kovalenko, Chief Specialist of the Department of General Secondary and Preschool Education.
Thank you very much, dear President, for inviting me here. It was my great pleasure to welcome you many years ago and all these years, and it's a great pleasure for me to welcome you here right now. Yes, English teachers are special teachers. Certainly. We are special because we can communicate with the whole world. We are special because we can teach our students to communicate with the whole world. And we are special because we decided to communicate with the whole world a long time ago when we entered to the university. That's why I would like to thank you who came here, who decided to leave their families for these 2 days and to dedicate 2 days for teaching, for learning, for communication. I would like to thank you, British Council, certainly. It is not only a strategic partner for ITEFL here, but it's a real strategic partner for the Ministry of Education and Science. We started New Ukrainian School last year, and it was really great help of British Council in developing teacher courses, professional teacher courses, in developing new materials for teaching, and my special thanks for special person, it's Alexander Shalenko. I would like to... Sorry, where is he? He's always working. I would like to thank you for his great contribution in cooperation with the Ministry of Education and Science, in developing new teaching materials, in conducting teacher training courses. I would like to thank you for him for everything he did for Ukrainian English teachers. And I hope that this conference will be very special because we have got special guests. We have got Jeremy Harvard and other honorable Professor who came here, and they are ready to communicate with us, and they are ready to share their information, knowledge, everything they have got. Thank you very much for all of us, and thank you very much for university that decided to host this conference, and thank you very much for comfortable place for conducting this conference. Good luck for conference.
Sana, thank you very much. And now I'm inviting the Director of the British Council in Ukraine, Cultural Attaché of the British Embassy in Ukraine, Simon Williams.
Svetlana, thank you. It's a great honour to be here for the opening of the 24th ITEFL conference. I was talking with my colleagues about what should I say. We decided we should do a bit of a report, like a sort of school report to you, some of our main customers, some of our main stakeholders, and what the British Council's done over the last year. And we'll accept your marks and your criticism throughout the conference as we do so. But we wanted to say a bit about what we've done because 2018 marked the end of a cycle of activity that the British Council started in the aftermath of the Revolution of Dignity. In 2014-2015, we spent time with our headquarters, we spent time with our colleagues in the embassy, we spent time with our friends and colleagues in the ministry, thinking how we could respond to the challenges and aspirations and ambitions that Ukraine had demonstrated through Maidan. And we launched a number of programs, not just in English, but I'll focus on the English ones, that we felt would take relevant UK experience, relevant international experience in terms of English, and help and work with our partners here to realise those ambitions. So our big programme in English, one of our main big programmes was English for Universities. It's a 3-year programme, it's just finished, just been evaluated, working with 32 universities across all of Ukraine, looking to improve English language teaching within universities, also English medium teaching in universities. We trained about 3,000 ESP and EMI teachers under that, who they went on to disseminate that training to about 7,000 university teachers. We're really proud of that project, we're really proud of what we've achieved with our partners. What's really exciting is that the Minister, Lydia Mihailovna, has now asked us to work with her colleagues and her officials to help develop a new national policy for English in higher education, which we hope will be developed and then rolled out more widely across the sector. As Oksana kindly said, we've also worked on preparations for and then the rollout and launch of the new Ukrainian School initiative. Last year, we trained about 200 change agents, and I know some of them are here in the hall, who went on to train 17,000 early years teachers of English across all of Ukraine. Now, that number, 17,000, has gone in the British Council's corporate report, it's gone in the British Foreign Ministry's review of the British Council last year, because it's such an amazing figure. Now, we didn't directly train the 17,000, but we worked with some amazing change agents who did. And that enabled teachers, and again, I hope some of you may be here, to be ready for the new demands and the new opportunities of the new Ukrainian school programme. And we've also, in the last year, worked to establish resource centres in 20 schools in the east, in government-controlled Donetsk and Lugansk, where we established after-school clubs, but also within school clubs, within schools, where teachers had access to modern materials, modern methodology, modern training, to both improve the teaching within the programme, but also to work with their student communities in after-school activities. And I think that's really recognising the value and power of English. As Oksana said, if you know English, you have access to the world. You have access to information from all over the world. For many Ukrainians, many young Ukrainians in parts of Ukraine, they may not be getting a wide view of the world through the information they get through TV, through internet, through local media, or media from other countries. And therefore having English is really important to give young people that chance to make their own minds up about the world. We know also that schools, particularly in communities that are under stress because of conflict, schools are perhaps the one respected institution in a community, the main respected institution. In some communities in the east of Ukraine, they're the only institution left in communities. And we know that teachers are some of the most respected figures of authority. That places a great opportunity, but a great obligation on you and on us working with you to see how we can use that educational input, developmental input to help young people rise to the challenges and face up to the difficult challenges of where they are. And we've seen, working in the west of Ukraine, where English is a commonly valued good, commonly desired skill, it's the one thing that different communities will come together and let their children study together. So English, we would all say this because we believe it passionately, English is not just English, it has the power to transform, it has the power to connect, it has the power to help Ukrainians rebuild. It's our great privilege as the British Council to be working with so many of you on that. It's also our great privilege, of course, to be working with IATEFL, over all these years, and here for the 24th conference, and to be working with our other international partners in Ukraine. Last year also, we worked with our colleagues in the US Embassy to bring together IATEFL and TESOL to actually share experiences of different professional networks for teachers of English. I know that was a really interesting workshop and a really useful workshop. I know that our American colleagues also will be here tomorrow running some workshops, which is great as well. So 4 years on from the launch of our new programs, we're at an interesting stage. We've evaluated them, we've got some great results out of them. We're having some really inspiring conversations with the Ministry about how we might embed some of that learning more sustainably. And we can see new directions that we want to move into as the British Council, working with you here. So you are a really important target audience, to use a marketing term. You are really important consumers and customers, our research demographic that we want to talk with you, want to find out from you and from your institutions how we can work with you. I know you will find the next 2 days stimulating, exciting, fun, I hope as well. We'd like to thank the University for hosting these amazing resources here and for hosting, and our colleagues at IATEFL. So thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for enabling the British Council to carry on, to be your strategic partner. It's a great privilege for us, and I know the conference will be a great success.